Atwood uses untimeable by finishing. Oh, sorry, don't know what happened there. By using ignoring at the end and then the beginning, and you could think ignoring there is in the Grund form. And Atwood also kind of suggests that the narrator is at fault, and the narrator knows that she is at fault by the fact that she's ignoring. And it's not the same as ignorance. You have to work at it. So it implies that she knew what was happening. And then it's this really quite disturbing idea that nothing changes instantly. In a gradually heating bathtub, you'd be boiled to death before you knew it. So the death can build up from Gilead, potentially, and that it comes so slowly, you don't notice it. This will be explored more later in the novel when Offred actually talks about the takeover of Gilead. There were stories in the newspaper, of course, corpses in ditches or the woods, bludgeoned to death or mutilated, interfered with, as they used to say. But they were about other women. She's using very long sentences here. Sentence starts with there and spreads down to men. It's followed by a short sentence, and none of them were men we knew. And by mixing up these long and short sentences, Atwood adds to sense of tension through contrast. It's this idea that it doesn't feel real if it's not happening to you. Because the newspaper stories were like dreams to us. Used for simile, bad dreams dreamt by others. That's polytoton, by using dreams and dream. But they didn't feel real, and it's almost like the narrator is explaining why she didn't do anything to resist the early concepts of Gilead. They were awful without being believable. And the question I put in my book is, but were they true? And I would say throughout the novel, Atwood suggests that these were true. They were too melodramatic. They had a dimension that was not the dimension of our lives. I think there's a warning in that. There's a warning that actually sometimes things are true, even when you find it very difficult to believe. Atwood also uses parataxis in this lack of conjunctions for the most part. Saying we were not the people in the papers. They were normal. They were unimportant. We lived in the blank white spaces at the edge of print. So centering into metaphorical speak, the idea that it gave them more freedom. And freedom is what they crave now. Living in the blank white edges at the side of the print, this idea that they are ignoring. We lived in the gaps between stories. They were anonymous. It was easy to live in the gaps between the stories. There was no purpose. There was nothing. And it's got this theme of the narrative that in some ways the handmaid is the gap between the stories. They're neither the servant nor the master. They're in the middle.